After 4 successful seasons of Never Have I Ever, Netflix and Mindy Kaling have teamed up yet again for another half-hour comedy. Let's talk Running Point. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the new Netflix series Running Point. This is streaming for season 1 right now, and it's got 10 half-hour episodes. It stars Kate Hudson, and it may be a bit Ted Lasso influenced. We'll get into all of that here in just a second. But first, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a Dan Reviews It subscriber already, thank you so much for that. Love having you guys return to check out my videos. But if you're not, please consider subscribing and click that notification bell too, so you get the alerts for all my video drops. I try to post just about every day. There's always a lot going on here on the channel. And you can just like this video, comment below, or share it on your socials too. That, of course, helps the channel out tremendously. All right, so this was created by Mindy Kaling, Elaine Ko, Ike Barinholtz, and David Stassen, most of whom she has worked with previously. Ike Barinholtz was one of the co-stars of the Mindy Project, Kaling's Fox TV show, and I don't think he had anything to do with Never Have I Ever, but anyway, that was a very successful show that Netflix put out for 4 seasons. Elaine Ko, I don't know if she's worked directly with Mindy Kaling, but she's had work in Modern Family and Only Murders in the Building, obviously 2 of the most successful shows in sitcom world of the last 15 or 20 years. So she's obviously got a pedigree. And so this is starring Kate Hudson as a 30-something former party girl and Playboy model who gets the shot of a lifetime, proving herself as she's left in charge of her family's pro basketball team, the Los Angeles Waves. That is not a real team, of course. But she realizes that there are some problems inherent with that, not the least of which is the rampant sexism in the culture there, and she finds surprises both on and off the court, and surprise family members as well that nobody even knew existed. So Kate Hudson, like I said, is the head of this, and I will admit up top, I'm not the biggest Kate Hudson fan. I mean, she seems like a lovely person, and I'm a huge fan of her mother, Goldie Hawn, but other than, like a few roles, I thought, she was great in Almost Famous. She was really good, actually, in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, one of the great rom-coms of the 2000s. But overall, I don't know. Maybe it's the bad scripts she's given, but she's not my favorite. But I will say, go into things with an open mind. And I certainly don't have a chip on my shoulder about Kate Hudson. I'm just like, I never rush out to see one of her projects or whatever. But she's actually pretty good here. I have to admit, I think she does a good job running things here. And her character is certainly flawed, but also is, a badass boss. And we're, learning that as the episodes go on, just how sure of herself she actually is. You also have here Drew Tarver as her half-brother, who is the CFO of the Waves. Brenda Song, we've watched her grow up from the Zack and Cody years and everything else. She plays Isla's best friend and chief of staff for the Waves. And Chet Hanks, one of Tom Hanks's kids. He is one of the problematic point guards of the Waves. And there's some recurring characters and guest stars as well we won't really get into here. But, all right, so like I said, this is sort of Ted Lasso inspired, I think. I am not in Mindy Kaling's mind, but right away, this on the surface seems very Ted Lasso-y. You've got a female running a sports team that really doesn't know what she's doing, and in turn, Isla is sort of a mix between Ted Lasso himself and the Hannah Waddingham character, because she's a woman. She just got a hold of this corporation through a family member, and she, in the Ted Lasso part, doesn't really kind of know what she's doing. But she does know herself and her strengths, and she plays into them. And Mindy Kaling, look, she knows how to write strong women, that's for sure, from the Mindy Project to Sex Lives of College Girls on Max. there's a couple of misses in there, like the Velma cartoon, but for the most part, Mindy Kaling projects are usually, very, very, pro strong women and also very funny. And we've seen that over and over again. And I think this character has a chance to really grow as seasons continue. And I'm glad that Netflix gave this 10 episodes. A sitcom is tough to do in like 6 episodes successfully. I really believe that. And obviously, with the success of Never Have I Ever, those were all 10 episode seasons. So maybe that was the deal that Mindy struck with them. Like, hey, we need 10 episodes to really, get these characters going. Because I think that really is true of most sitcoms. Because you have to not only introduce all these characters, but be funny at the same time and introduce the universe to the audience. So you're really doing a few things at once. 6 episodes typically doesn't cut it. And I talk about that a lot. And a lot of times Netflix will just give 6 episodes to something like the Shane Gillis show Tires, for example, and that was okay. But I think a few more episodes would have really gone a long way in helping us like those characters more, because you have to like these people to want to watch them every week or in binge fashion or whatever. So look, this is not to me to the level of a Ted Lasso, but I will say on my initial review of Ted Lasso, just from the first, I think 3 episodes is what Apple put up that first week, I gave it a B plus. And then as the season continued, it became an A, and season 2 is an A plus. I think it's one of the greatest seasons of sitcoms ever. And then season 3 a little less so, but look, I liked it a lot more than some. So overall, Ted Lasso is a strong A, I think, overall. This is starting out certainly more rocky than that, but because it has the chance for success. I only watched the first 4 episodes here. I did not watch the full 10. Look, there's a lot of things to watch and to review, but I did give it a go with the first 4 episodes. So I will leave Running Point with a B minus. I think there's a lot of potential here. I do like the Kate Hudson character. I do think it is a little too derivative so far of Ted Lasso. We will see how that transforms with the rest of this season and hopefully potential seasons as well. But for now, you can check out this season 1 for Running Point on Netflix with all 10 episodes. All right, thank you so much for watching Dan Reviews It, and I'll see you next time.